And welcome to hour away from the heart-pounding, boot-stomping action of the College National Finals Rodeo. Tonight, we're going to take you behind the scenes, spotlight some of the top student athletes, and share the stories of college rodeo that lead to the dramatic season finale that is the CNFR. So saddle up, grab your seat, and get ready. It's more than just a competition. This is where champions rise. The countdown to CNFR tonight starts now.
If you want it bad enough, nothing's going to stop you. Not fear, not somebody's opinion, not self-doubt. Nothing will stop you.
You can do what you put your mind to. And if you continue to put your mind to it, the game opens up new levels.
You can make every dream you've ever had a reality, but you've got to be willing to stand and fight for it. You've got to be willing to give up your time for it. Give up your peace, give up your blood, give up your sweat, give up your tears, give every single thing you possibly can to that dream.
Nobody's going to hand it to you. You've got to grind for it. You've got to stick with that thing for as long as it takes and pay whatever price is required.
If your past self could see where you're at today, think of how impressed they would be.
The key is to wake up every single day, put one foot in front of the other, keep moving, and keep growing.
You gotta have some strong reasons for why you're doing this.
It's something that gives your life value. You'll do whatever's required when you feel that it's worth it. You don't need any guarantees if things will work out. You know that you'll either find a way or make a way.
When you go up in there and you start going at it passionately and working with it and working with it and working with it, it will reveal its secrets to you. And you'll discover things about yourself that you don't know right now.
Performances left in the third go-around here in Casper, which means short round Saturday is just around the corner, and the prospect of a national title is hanging in the balance for many of our CNFR contestants. Cash Martin of Minnesota State University and Will Nordstrom of West Texas are tied right now at 161 points on 2 in the bareback riding, and both are going to be up tonight, where any qualified ride would get them the championship round, but it's going to take 80 points or better for either of them to move past current frontrunner Cooper Philippek of Gillette. The saddle bronc riding could very well be a reflection of NFRs to come, while also hosting a Wyoming versus Texas showdown. Second go-around winner Waitley Sharon and Coleman Schallbetter are up tonight, and with qualified rides could easily make for a short round where 7 out of the top 12 are either wearing the purple and white of Tarleton State or the red and white of hometown Casper College. By proxy, that would also mean a short round that includes 4 of the current top 5 saddle bronc permit holders in the PRCA, led by Schallbetter, who already has over $77,000 won on the season. Now, if Trey Scarlavi of Mid-Plains Community College can make the whistle on Summit Pro Rodeo's Tex tonight, he will not only be the first at this year's CNFR to cover 3 bulls, but he'll be guaranteed a minimum of a top 6 finish, as only 2 other bull riders have managed to cover 2, much less 3, this week. The tie-down roping has stayed consistent. Blake Carter of Southeastern Oklahoma State University has gone 9-4 and 9-3 in the first 2 go-rounds respectively, and coming within a second and a half of those times tonight would earn him the high call position on 3 so far. Now, the team roping, different story. It's become an old-school catching contest, with only 5 teams qualified on 3 head. That puts the Central Plains team of Cutter Kane and Dace Morris in a unique position tonight. The team won the first round, were in no time in the second, but tonight any kind of 7.5 or faster could actually end up placing them as high as 8th going into the short round. In the goat tying, the University of Wyoming cowgirl Riata Day needs a 6.5 or faster to move ahead of her UW teammate and go-round leader Josie Mosel and Madeline Richards of Texas A&M. Now, Richards, the reigning breakaway and all-around champion and current high call in the goats, is also up tonight in the breakaway, and any catch would guarantee her 2 bullets on Saturday night and a very real chance to add even more national titles to her resume. In steer wrestling, go-round winner out of go-round 1, Will Collier of Northwestern Mississippi Community College will get his chance tonight, but he is looking to join this man in the short round sitting next to me. Allow me to introduce you to Jacob Wang of the University of Wyoming. Jacob, how are you, my man?
Doing well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate you coming out.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Man, you have had a very long week because you were up Tuesday night And then short round not till Saturday. You're guaranteed making it. So what have you been doing with all your free time in Casper, Wyoming since Tuesday?
Napping. Just taking a chance to relax and breathe and settle down a little bit. It was kind of chaotic those first 2 days with slack and then a perf and a lot going on, but just soaking it in and enjoying everything going on.
Perfect. And you said you're getting to sneak off to another rodeo tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm headed up to Thermopolis tomorrow.
Perfect, man. So what's it like running one in this building, or especially like the difference between 2 marathon days like you talked of slack, and then running one in the perf with all of that energy?
The energy is quite a bit different. There are plenty of people there for slack. Parents come to watch and people come, but it's a lot more laid back and casual and slower paced in slack because the energy isn't quite there like it is in the performances. And then, boy, when you get in there in the performance, it doesn't matter if people know you or not. If they announce that I'm from Wyoming, people cheer.
They get at you.
They want to cheer, and they do.
That's awesome, man. What did you crack this week as far as help and horsepower? Who's hazing for you, and what are you riding?
My teammate, Rhett Witt, he's hazing for me. I trust him with everything over there. He's outstanding. He's riding my gray mare. She's been everywhere for me and does great. And I'm on my good sorrel horse, Chip. I'm very fortunate to be on him. He does great for me.
Yeah. What does your game plan look like different here at the finals, knowing that you're in the building, you're going for 4 head, versus your regular season, like on the 2 head college rodeos?
The only thing different for me is that I have to run 4 here and 2 with the other college rodeos, but the game plan's the same. I can't look ahead from go round 1 to go round 3. You still have to catch the next steer, well, this steer, I guess, catch every one and make a good run on them. You can't jump ahead of yourself and get ahead and focus on the future before you focus on the present.
That's good advice, man. You're right now currently high call. There's only 7 guys that can really mathematically even touch you at that position, and really not likely that a lot of them are going to do it. But for your preference, are you the guy that likes coming in high call, having that lead, or do you like coming in maybe a spot or 2 down where you get to be the one putting pressure on the high call guy?
I'm leading it right now, fortunately, and I want to stay that way. That would be ideal. It may not happen. It may happen. I don't know, and I can't control it. But we'll just see how it shakes out, and I'm fine regardless. I get to go to the short round on Saturday, and that's enough for me.
That's good. What have you thought so far about the steers this week?
They've been fairly user-friendly. They're not all perfectly even. There are some that leave and stop, and some that run real hard, and some in between, but that's why they call it the luck of the draw. You can't get a great one every time, and you have to use what's drawn for you.
Now, you're kind of a cool story when we got that your father actually won a CNFR title and a national title in college back in 1990 for Cal Poly. So first off, is there any little alma mater rivalry there between him for Cal Poly and you for UW now?
Not that I know of. He still stays in touch with the Cal Poly folks, and we're friends with them, but there's no beef going on there.
Good. All right, is your family out here getting to watch you this week?
Yes, sir. Yeah, my folks and my sister and her husband and their family are here, so that's good to get to spend time with them.
What would that mean for you guys as a family to be able to both have father and son with national champ buckles on?
It'd be pretty special. It'd be a neat experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, man, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today, and I really appreciate you being with us. Good luck, safe driving to Thermopolis and on the way back, and we really appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet. So now this rodeo, like all rodeos, are only made possible by the boots on the ground of the men and women who dedicate themselves to their success. So Ben Londo and CJ Aragon are both rooted in College Rodeo as past contestants, current coaches, and national board members. But earlier today, we got to catch up with them and talk about their roles here in Casper that are critical to the production of the CNFR.
So before the finals, we work on trying to get the best cattle available up here, working with the stock contractor. And then we come up here early, we work on setting up the arena, trying to make sure we have the best setup for the students. This year we had a lot of new stuff from Powder River, so it was pretty exciting to get to set the arena up.
So I mean, there's quite a bit of stock here in and out. We were just at the fairgrounds this morning, and there's 6 or 7 big truckloads sitting right there. So it's quite a monumentous set of stock.
Talk on that part a little bit, knowing that we keep stock at the fairgrounds and then roll them in here, and what the coordination looks like for the transport alone.
Yeah, so part of the coordination and the logistical nightmare that we have is that this is such a long rodeo with so many contestants and so many outs over such a long stretch. You've got so many contractors coming in and out. We've got a great layover spot and a partner in the fairgrounds here in town. So you'll see anywhere from 60 to 80 horses out there at a time, and bulls. But then there's the logistics of loading those up each day and bringing them to the building, making sure you've got all your re-rides and everything you need for the night, getting them back. And then a lot of these guys are either headed to a rodeo this next weekend or coming from a rodeo from the past weekend. So it's quite a juggle.
And then most of the stuff I do is actually either before or after the rodeo, working with Sunny Deb, the secretary, to get the pins set and all that, and make sure everything flows smoothly.
What's been the most exciting part of the new setup this year at the CNFR?
I think it's we've got the center out gate, which has made the timed events and the rough stock a lot better. So that's been really exciting because it's a better competition for the kids. We're here to crown a national champion, and we want the best possible competition for them.
You can rock them, you just can't knock them. Final turn.
Dedicate hours upon hours to make this rodeo what it is. The College Rodeo and the CNFR are very unique in the fact that this rodeo represents the culmination of years of dreams and work and discipline and the pursuit of greatness by the competitors, but it's also at heart a stepping stone to what comes next. For many of these athletes, a career in professional rodeo is the next item on their agenda, and what better man to speak to on that item than Mr. Tom Glaus of the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. Mr. Glaus, how are you, sir?
Good. Thank you for inviting me to join you this evening.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you for being here, man. We appreciate you coming out to Casper.
Oh, man, we make this an annual trip.
Yeah.
I actually went to Casper College. Still have family in the area, so we enjoy coming to Casper, enjoying the College National Finals.
Get to cheer on a little bit of hometown stuff going on there.
Hometown. And,
Perfect.
you know, a shout out to Jacobs. I'm a UW graduate, so we're cheering for Jacobs.
I like that. I like that.
To do well.
Good. Well, hey, you personally, I mean, in your position, you've had a front row seat to just some of the best that is rodeo from start to finish. So what stands out to you about the talent that comes from the college ranks?
You know, the talent is so great and so deep, and I always use the bareback riding as an example. We were short bareback riders for a long time, and we worked to develop them. The colleges worked to develop them, and 2 years ago we had a rookie, Keenan Hayes, win the world. But in 2023, the top 10 rookies collectively won $1 million before the NFR. You can say Keenan won a quarter of it.
Yeah, hey,
9 other guys won $750,000. When I talk to the vets that are out there in the bareback riding, they say the kids come so prepared to ride that it's unbelievable.
Well, I know a lot of coaches that'll be very happy to hear that because I know they're working hard at it.
The young talent is outstanding.
That's awesome. How does the PRCA look to both be represented on the college side and then aid those colleges in bringing more kids into that fold?
Two things, you know, we're happy to sponsor the NIRA. We sponsor the ESPN telecast. So financially we commit to it. We also start earlier with the high school rodeo associations and sponsoring camps and rodeo schools. We use our athletes to do the schools and the camps. But from the college standpoint, we also offer scholarships. For those that haven't had a permit, we offer a permit. We offer assistance for entry fees. We give out $1,000 scholarships to individuals to help them get started that can only be used towards entry fees. In addition to that, we offer a special rate on their PRCA card for NIRA members.
We appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely.
Besides making a living in the arena as a competitor, or even after making a living as a competitor in the arena, what are some of the other ways that you see college rodeo athletes contributing to professional rodeo over the span of their lives, not just in that little window?
Well, the Western culture, the Western industry is experiencing growth like we've never seen before. It's been on exponential trend for the last 5 or 6 years. It's been aided by a number of things, but what we see is growth within the industry, growth within rodeo, and so that means new growth, new opportunities for our sponsors and for jobs within the industry.
Are there any new or upcoming opportunities within the PRCA that you want current student athletes or even younger kids coming into the sport that they should know?
Absolutely. One thing that we really had to focus on was creating new opportunities for new athletes. And a couple of the initiatives that we've done in the past few years is the Rookie Roundup in conjunction with the Cowboy Channel and Resist All. We also created the permit finals in Waco, Texas, that gives the young athletes an opportunity to compete at themselves. But in Waco, the permits get a chance. They get invited to Houston, and you know, just that little bit of an edge to get them into a major rodeo, and they were competitive. We had 2 athletes that come through the permit finals that made the final day of Houston. So they come ready to compete when they're given the opportunity.
And it's fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Tom, I can't tell you thank you enough for joining us, but then just also for what you do for the sport of rodeo and the time that you've taken. Be safe in travels, cheer loud while you're here this weekend, and I hope y'all, if you guys ever get a chance to sit down with this gentleman, I hope you get a chance to do it. We're going to be right back after a word from our sponsors.
From one generation to the next, the spirit of rodeo is passed down. Born from legacy, built for legends. Horsepower Boots.
I missed the barrel racing in our opening rodeo recap. I promise you I did not. I was just getting a chance to wait to talk to somebody who's even a better expert in the space than I'll ever be. Right now the story in the barrel racing, of course, is the top 2 contestants, number 1 and number 2 in the average, are a pair of teammates from Southeastern Oklahoma State University, and I am joined by right now second high call, Miss Casey Mathis. How are you, my friend?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you being here. So for those of us, let's just get right into it. For those of us that got to run last night, it was pretty awesome to watch your run. We talked a lot about some of the iconic moments in sports, or when maybe a plan doesn't go exactly like you want it to, but it still works out for you. So for those people at home or that didn't see it, that didn't get a chance to watch that last night, kind of walk us through what happened during your run last night.
I mean, we had a pretty good first barrel, and you know, I went into the second barrel and I felt it kind of rock a little bit, so I reached down for it, and with my other hand, my reins, they went out of my hand, and so yeah, she did it all for me. It didn't really go as planned, but it worked out.
Well, have you ever had that happen to you before?
I have, but you know what? She has been honest every single time. She just does her job, so I'm thankful for her.
Well, obviously, if you have got the confidence to have a little bit of a mishap like that and still keep kicking like you're going for it, you've obviously got a good partner. So tell us about what horse you brought here and where you got her from. What are you looking to do with her in the future?
She's a 13-year-old mare by Smart Steady Date out of a daughter of Mr. Dual Pep. She's very small. She came from the Morgans out of California. Savannah actually college rodeoed on her in the Central Plains region before I got her.
Okay.
And she has just been an asset to my team.
That's awesome.
Yes.
You rode her all year, I'm assuming?
I ride her typically in the indoors.
Okay.
So most of the indoor rodeos and stuff.
Okay, then what are you riding in the bigger outdoor pens?
I switch out between my 2 other mares. I have a mare that's by Frenchman's Maximum out of a daughter of Dash to Fame. And then I have another mare that is by Famous Beduino out of a Cowbred mare.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously, like when you're college rodeoing during the season, big outdoor pens, especially out there, you get some of the tinier ones here. Does your game plan change at all when you get there? I mean, obviously you switch horses, but beyond that, does it stay the same for you?
Pretty much just go and make my run and try to do my best and take it one run at a time.
Right. We've talked a lot about this year in the Fort Wyoming Center that there's been a little bit of a revamp of the way that we've structured things, the panels and the chutes. We've actually got 2 foot less from that back wall to that third barrel. In your case, as someone who's been here before and then coming in this year with that little change, have you noticed any big difference that's made a big thing for anyone?
I really haven't noticed a difference for myself. I feel like my horse likes it here, so.
It stays running pretty good, obviously.
I like it here,
good,
yeah.
Good. What else have you done in Casper while you've been here getting to spend some time?
My friends and I went out on the lake and the marina and besides that, I've just been hanging out with my horses and taking care of them.
Right, so outside of College Rodeo, what is your degree in right now in college?
My degree is general business.
Okay. What's your plans with that after you get done competing?
I'm a certified AccuScope therapist,
Okay.
so I'd like to grow my business with that.
Perfect. Any rodeo plans this summer, finishing off the year?
Yeah, from here I'm going to Canada, and we're going to spend the summer up there.
Very nice. Go get some of the beautiful country up there.
Yes, I'm
That's
so
great.
excited.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Casey Mathis. I'm glad to have you here. Travel safe wherever you're going. Good luck the rest of the week, especially on Saturday night when you need it for the short round. And let's go to some more of our commercials from our great sponsors.
Get ready for a new CNFR experience. In June 2025, the Wild Sports Ranch will crack the latch on the first ever Mercantile, your Wyoming trade show. A 5-day shopping paradise with over 130,000 square feet and over 200 vendor spaces available. Close enough to rope it all in during your stay. More information at wildsportsranch.com. We'll see you at the Mercantile.
This is where strength begins and courage takes over. Timing, precision, moments that define us. Cinch, lead, don't follow.
I am joined here at CNFR tonight by a great man that we got the chance to know this year, and he is welcomed into the CNFR family. Let me introduce from Horsepower Boots, Mr. Gerald Adame, Senior Sales Representative.
Yes, sir.
That sounds like one of them important titles, right?
Not as, kind of.
Yeah, it's good, man. So what inspired Horsepower Boots to partner with the College National Finals Rodeo this year?
You know, what better group to get in our boots, just because they're young men, young lady, they wear boots every day. So why not partner up with them and get them to support us and wear our brand and inspire a younger generation and their families to get in a good quality boot.
I like it, man. Tell us about your company's values and how you feel that those values are best or well represented by College Rodeo and the College Rodeo athletes.
You know, just being for the college athletes, we designed the horsepower only because to be quality, durability, and affordability. So that's probably the biggest things, you know. Going to college, sometimes you don't have all the money, so we designed a good quality boot that they can afford.
This rodeo obviously doesn't happen without sponsors. I mean, it takes
Correct.
money to put anything on. We get it. So what can you say to other sponsors or other companies about the importance and why those other brands should partner with College Rodeo and the CNFR?
It's the future of our Western business, you know. They're our future, so that's who's going to kind of get your business growing. So it's good to kind of partner up with them.
What have you liked so far? This you were talking. This is your first time to the CNFR.
Yes, sir.
What's been your favorite part, or what are you most enjoying seeing out here in Casper?
You know, I had the opportunity to been at Lou Talbert selling boots, and had the opportunity to meet a lot of these younger men and ladies that are competing, and so got to visit with them and what their events are, and talking with their families, and that's been a big plus.
That's cool. That's good that you get to actually come out and interact and actually meet the people that are doing it.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. We joke. We talked even about CJ and Ben Londo. We talk about, you know, the boots on the ground are what makes something like this happen. Man, anyone that's ever put a day's work in or has worked one of these events knows that by the end of the day, you might be crippled if you're wearing the wrong pair of boots.
Correct.
And they make a difference in how you live your life, how you're able to be effective. So let's get down to the brass tacks. Like, what makes your guys' boots so spectacular?
You know, just the quality and the design that we put into them. People are pretty loyal. Once we get them into our boots, they stick with them, and they're pretty loyal to our brand. But it's just the way we last them and build them. It's just a quality, durable boot.
Perfect. And look good too. I mean,
Correct.
Somebody's
Yeah,
not
the
afraid to wear them
designs
out.
are great.
They're not afraid to wear them out to someplace fancy. I mean,
Yes,
I
sir.
really like them a lot. What does that process look like when you're balancing style and fit and comfort? You know, what does that process look like from the conception of a boot to building it, to testing it, to trying it out on people, putting it out on the shelves, and to see if people respond to it?
You know, we've been in the business long enough to where we just kind of pretty much design the boots, but it starts out with just leathers, from going, you know, picking your vamp to the top, to the stitching color, to the stitching pattern, your sole, your heel, whether you want a double welt, single welt, and then kind of design it, put it out there, and put it out to the public and run with it and hope that it sells.
What would you say your most popular boot off the shelves is right now?
Probably the ostrich. Ostrich is just a durable boot. It's the only leather that holds up to manure and urine, so it don't break down. It's a leather that's just really durable, and the grains kind of go both ways to make it really strong. And so that's probably our number one.
Nice. Now, you mentioned being at Lou Talbert's some this week. Obviously, they're a big supporter of College Rodeo, so we thank them as well.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to be there a little bit more? I mean, we know we've got some probably student athletes that are out there real curious to maybe even get to pick your brain on
Yes,
what
sir.
you guys have got. So tell us where you're going to be and where we can send people to meet you.
Yep, I'll be there tomorrow, from 10 to 2, so be more than happy to help anybody who wants to come out and try on some of our boots, and have a couple other people out there helping, Zeke and Madeline, that really good hands. So yeah, if they get a chance to come out to Lou Talbert's to try on some of the horsepowers, and we have some of the other brands that Anderson Bean, Rios and Mercedes, and Macy Bean that are part of the other brand of our company. And yeah, if you get a chance to come out, if you're not here, you could always go to horsepowerboots.com and click on find a retailer and go into some stores and try them on there.
All right. So what's some new and exciting things we can expect from y'all's company here, in the near future?
Probably designs and more leathers, different leathers coming out in the designs.
Well, man, thank you very much for taking the time. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for your partnership.
Thank you.
We're obviously very proud of College Rodeo in general, and we're happy to see people sharing that same enthusiasm.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
man.
sir.
Appreciate it. Well, we are wrapping up here, and thank you to our guest, Gerald. We sure appreciate you being around here. That wraps it up for tonight's edition of CNFR Tonight. We are streaming on collegerodeotv.com, which has got some really big things in the works starting in the fall of 2025. Now, we're just 30 minutes away from all the action of the College National Finals Rodeo, and if you can't be here personally, you can follow the action live on the ESPN app, or if you happen to be here in beautiful Casper, Wyoming, we crack the gates at 7 p.m. at the Ford Wyoming Center. Be sure you're following College Rodeo on Facebook and Instagram for the most current updates and standings, and enjoy the show. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow night for more behind-the-scenes stories, athlete spotlights, and all things College Rodeo. Good night. Let's rodeo. This is CNFR Tonight.